Guruji. Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankara-Acharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. Om Sahana-Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ओम श्री हयग्रीवाय नमः। ओम श्री वल्लभा समेत श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। So we are entering a new topic today. Sadhana-chastushtaya-sampatteh brahma-mImAmsA-prAk-KAleenatvam. That is the vichara here. Whether the Sadhana-chastushtaya-sampatti is there before one does brahma-mImAmsa. In fact, we say that that is the qualification for you to even start brahma-mImAmsa. But Ramanujayadayaha, they say that it comes after brahma-mImAmsa, or at least karma-mImAmsa you have to do. So this is being again, we have already done some vichara on this before, but again he is bringing this because the particularly the Shamadamadi, they didn't even mention like this, he said before. So if we recollect, 3 of the 4 in the Sadhana-chastushtaya, the Nitya Vastu Viveka, Vairagya, Mukshutvam, they also talk about that. And Bellangonda Ramaraya Kavi had said that, but they did not say anything about sadhana, that Samadhi Shatka Sampattihi. So here, what they are saying about that and why it is not correct, that is again being analyzed here, we can say, so that we have certain clarity with reference to what is the qualification to enter into brahma-mImAmsa. So here, atha nitya vastu vivekadayaha kim karma brahma-mImAmsa shravanam antarena utpadyante kim va notpadyante iti ayam amshaha vicharyate. So the nitya vastu vivekadayaha are the sadhana-chastushtaya. They are there before, or they can be there without doing karma and brahma-mImAmsa. Antarena here means without doing. Okay. So, without listening to karma and brahma-mImAmsa, can we have nitya vastu viveka, vairagya, mumukshutvam, samadhi shatka sampattihi or not? That is being analyzed. Now, naivotpadyante ataha samadhi sampatti anantaram brahma-mImAmsa adhyeya iti na vaktavyam kintu karma jnanantaram ityeva vaktavyam iti Ramanujaha. So, therefore, what it does not come. See, this nitya vastu vivekadayaha, you don't get without karma and brahma-mImAmsa. That's what they are saying. Therefore, what you have to do, whatever you say, that samadhi, shatka sampatti, etc., after gaining that only one should do the brahma-mImAmsa adhyayana. You cannot say that. Okay, brahma-mImAmsa adhyaya samadhi sampatti anantaram iti na vaktavyam, they are saying. So you should not say that. Why? And because it doesn't come, these things, before brahma-mImAmsa adhyayana. But in fact, you have to say, you have to do brahma-mImAmsa after karma jnana or karma-mImAmsa. After doing both, only you will get all these things. That is their contention. So karma jnanantaram eva brahma-mImAmsa adhyeya iti vaktavya. That is their stand. So Ramanuja has said this. Already this part we have seen. So now tad asat, that's not true. Why? Adhita adhitat sanga swadhyayadeva nitya nitya vastu vivekasya सुलभत्वात् सति च नित्या नित्य वस्तु विवेके इहा मुत्र फल भोग विरागस्य संभवात् सति तु अस्मिन् मुमुक्षुत्व सिद्धः सिद्धेः समाधि सिद्धेश्च इति. Okay, so now our author is pointing out the certain order in which all these things can happen even without karma and brahma-mImAmsa. What is that? First you do Vedadhyayana along with the angas. Okay, Sangha Vedadhyayana. So Adhitat Sangha Vedadhyayana. The one who has done the Adhyayana of the Veda along with the Veda angas, for that person, Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka can be gained easily. That's what he is saying. So Sulabhatva. So once you have Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, then it has to lead to Vairagya, because once you are interested only in the Nitya Vastu and not interested in Anitya, means all karma phala are gone. You are no more interested in any karma phala, means all worldly is not interesting to you anymore. So you are only interested in pursuing the limitless ananda, which is what everybody is really seeking. Correct? Unqualified ananda is what we seek. So once that is there, that clarity, obviously you will have vairagya towards Iha and Amutra Phala. Iha and Amutra Phala, when we say whatever you can gain in this world or in a world hereafter, all of them are anitya and they are all karma phala also. Therefore, you have a certain dispassion towards enjoying all these things. You don't want to really pursue all these things because you have seen very clearly the defects in pursuing these transient sense pleasures. So once you have that vairagya also, okay, then what? You will get mumukshutva, and so you are now interested only in moksha. And then you will also have to develop samadhi shatka sampatteh, because mumukshutvam has to become jignasutvam. And then for being being a jignasu means knowledge requires certain preparation of your mind, certain disposition of your mind. So those two also you will pursue. So like this, these things can come without any karma or brahma-mImAmsa. In fact, after these things are there only, to a certain extent at least, one should even enter into brahma-mImAmsa or study of Vedanta. And how is this possible? So he has given a certain order in which these things can happen. So now he is explaining that tathahi tat satyam yo vai bhuma tadamritam satyam jnanamanantam brahma avinashi va hare ayamatma ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha nityo nityanam tad vidvan amrita iha bhavati brahmavid brahmaiva bhavati tarati shokamatmavit ityadi shrutibhi ब्रह्मात्मनः नित्यत्वं सत्यत्वं तज्ज्ञानादेव पुरुषस्य तादृशं ब्रह्मत्वं च अधिगम्यते. Okay, all these vakyas are there in different Upanishads, correct? Tat satyam sa atma, all this Chandogya, yo vai bhuma also is Chandogya. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma is Taitriya Upanishad. Avinashi vare ayamatma Brihadaranyaka. Nijaha nityaha shashvata ayam puranaha is Kathopanishad. Or you can take it as Bhagavad Gita. But here, since we are talking about Veda Dhyayana, we have to say these are all from the Shruti. Nityo Nityanam Tad Vidvan Amrita Iha Bhavati Nanya Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. These things are all there even in Purusha Sukta. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati Mundaka is there. So all the Vedas he has quoted from everywhere. So whoever is doing whichever Veda Dhyayana, at least some of these statements they have to study about these things. Correct? Tarati Shokam Atma Vidya, again Samaveda. Ityadi Shrutibihi, Brahmatmanaha, Nityatvam. So all the Shrutis are showing that what they are showing? They are showing that Brahman is Nitya and it is the only reality really. And by knowing that only, you are going to gain this limitlessness. So all these things you can have at least some general knowledge, correct? By doing the Veda Dhyayana itself and studying, while studying, you are going to come across all these things. You have to even memorize it when you are doing Veda Dhyayana. And later on, when you do the Sangha Veda Dhyayana, means you are also going to understand the meaning, at least to an extent where you have general knowledge about all these things. Further what? Further also, evam Vijnanam Anandam Brahma, Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat, Raso Vaisaha, Rasagahyevayan Labdva Nandi Bhavati, Ityadi Shrutibihi, Brahmat Manaha, Sukhaswarupatvam cha Bodhyate. Okay, see, even this Nitya and Satya are all not really Purushartha. Correct? Purushartha is only Sukha Labham. Correct? Ananda only is really the Purushartha for everybody. So, like I always say, even if you ask anybody, even who is going on the road, what do you really want? They will say that I want to be happy. Happiness is the real pursuit. And then you can ask them, when do they want to be happy? Means they'll say all the time. Where do they want to be happy? Means everywhere. So basically, everybody is seeking limitless, unqualified happiness. That is the basic thing. But people do not recognize that, and they don't recognize that even though they seek that really, they are not pursuing that properly because they are only pursuing things in the world or for hereafter, all of which will not really give them what they want actually. So the real Purushartha is Ananda. So even here what Shruti is saying, Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. Brahman alone is Ananda. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Ananta is really Ananda. But Anando Brahme Divya Jana. Ananda is Brahman. But again, Taitriya also. Raso Vaisaha. Rasaha also is Ananda only. And gaining this Brahmanaha Anandam alone little bit, everybody becomes happy. This comes in the Brihadaranyaka also. Matram eva upajivanti and all that is there. So like this, there are many Shrutis again, which point out that Brahman alone is Sukha Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa, and that's what everybody is really pursuing, even though they know it or not. In reality, they are only pursuing that. So once somebody recognizes that, then you have to have a certain Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka has to come, correct? So, evam Vyutpannasya Vedanta Shravanat Nitya Satya Sukha Rupaha Brahma Brahmatma Ityadi Jnanam Jayate. So, in this manner, what one who has studied all these Veda Vakyas, okay. So, from the Vedanta Shravana only a certain Jnanam has been born, correct? Vyutpannasya Vedanta Shravana. So, from the Vedanta Shravana only, which anyway you are going to do as part of your Veda Dhyayana, that you know that Nitya Satya Sukha Rupaha, this Brahman alone is eternal. It is the only reality. It is the source of all Ananda. It is Ananda Swarupa. Like this Jnanam, at least as I said, this general knowledge, Apatata Jnanam we say, it is there. And then what? Shabdasyartha Bodhana Swabhavyat Itihi Ramanujena Ramanujena Uttam. And Ramanuja also said somewhere that Shabda has to give the Artha Avabodha, correct? Artha Bodhana Swabhavya is there. Because, see, if I say word means it has to bring the meaning to you, correct? They are invariably connected. Vagartha viva samprikta, like that. That's why Kalidasa uses it. So, Otherwise, it's only a sound. Understand that. Once we say word, word should give you meaning. So if you are during Adhyayana, particularly when you are doing Sangha Adhyayana, you are you are learning the Veda Shabda, you are even learning Nirukta and Vyakarana, etc. So you should have Artha Avabodha, but it may not give you clear knowledge, but you should get some knowledge because Shabda means it has to give the meaning. Then only it is a Shabda. Its very nature is the meaning. So this Ramanuja himself has accepted. Therefore, what? Further, in fact, Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat nasti akritaha kritena. So from Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, now he is going into Vairagya also. So even Shruti itself is talking about Vairagya. What kind of Shruti statements, if understood, can give you certain Vairagya? No, this is from the Mundaka Upanishad. So having analyzed the world, whatever you, this world itself, here Lokan means even all the worldly experiences, which are all due to your own karma chitan, means you have accumulated it due to karma only. Whatever karma you are doing, these are all the results of the karma. So whatever experiences in this world and hereafter also whatever you may have, all that is lokyate iti lokaha. Having analyzed all your experiences, the Brahmana, whoever is the Brahmana, gains dispassion, nirvedamaya. How did he arrive at this? Nasti akritaha kritena. Means that which is not really a product of karma. How can you get it through karma? Therefore, I am not interested in any karma or karma phala. Correct? So, that is the Vairagya. Having this knowledge and certain objectivity towards worldly pursuits, that is the main thing. Again, na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amritatvama. So every Veda Adhyayana student also will chant this. They welcome somebody, some sannyasi, somebody comes. We all, when you give Purna Kumbha only, we chant this. Or even in our temple and all, we used to chant this. So na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amritatvama nashuhu. So amritatva you gain only through tyaga. So and sadyatheha karmachito lokakshiyate evameva mutra punyachito lokakshiyate. So like this again, whatever you gain here in this world through karma, all that will go away. It's all Nashwaram only, correct? They are all Kshina. It will go away. Similarly, whatever you may gain in some other loka also, like Swarga loka, that also Kshiyate, it will also go away. You have to come back. That's why Bhagavan says even in the Gita, Abrahma Bhonal Lokan Punaravartino Arjuna. So you have to come back. Even if you go to Brahma Loka, once the punya is over, if you have not understood Vedanta in Brahma Loka, you go to Brahma Loka, Brahmaji is supposed to teach you Vedanta there also. But if you have not understood there, after the punya is over, you have to come back. And other statements are also there. Ataha Anyadartam, this is Brihadaranyaka. So everything other than Brahman is all Artam means basically it will all again, it will all be destroyed. It's all transient, Nashwaram. Atha yadalpam tanmartyam, again Chandogya, this is whatever is Alpa, that alone is mortal, it's all limited. You take yourself as a limited being. That is your fundamental problem. In fact, the one who has cognized one's own fundamental problem of being a limited, wanting being, which itself is not acceptable to you, then you have Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka and Vairagya also will follow automatically from all the Shrutis also anyway. So, Ityadi Shruti Bihi, Brahmatma Bhinnam Sarvam, Anityam, Asatyam, Asukharupam, Chaiti Jnanam Jayate. So, anything other than Brahmatma is Anitya, it's all not eternal. They are all not real. They are all not Sukha also. Every Sukha, every Vishaya Sukha comes with some Dukkha also. Dukkha Mishritatvam is there always, correct? And you can gain something only by losing something. All these problems are there with karma phala. So this jnanam one gains. Tatha cha nitya nitya vastu viveka siddhihi nitye satye sukha rupe cha brahmatmani upadeyata buddhihi अनित्ये असत्ये असुखे च स्वर्गादौ पशुपुत्र कलत्रादौ च हेता बुद्धिः भवति. So further what? So with this, whatever you have studied from the Veda, you have the nitya nitya viveka. Okay, nitya nitya vastu viveka you have now. That siddhi has happened. And also because of this, what you have the buddhi, that what I really want to gain, what I really want to attain. Upadeyata buddhi means this is what I want, this is what I want to pursue, this is what I want to gain. Towards what? Nitya, Satya, Sukha Rupa, Brahman. Brahman which is eternal, which is the reality, which is the Sukha Swarupa. That alone I want to gain. That buddhi is there. And similarly, what? Once you have that buddhi, Anitya, Asatya, Asukhe, Swargadau, Pasuputra Kalatradau cha Heta Buddhihi Bhavati. Similarly, whatever is Anitya, not eternal, whatever is not real, whatever is not really Ananda, which include what? Surga, etc. Even here also, wealth, son, wife, etc. All these things, Pashuputra Kalatradaucha, you want to give up all that. Heta Buddhihi Bhavati. So Upadeya is only Brahman. All other things are only Heya. So this is very clear. And therefore Vairagya is there. Tataha Vairagyadi Siddhihi iti. So now we have established that Viveka and Vairagya one can get by doing the Vedadhyayana, Sangha Vedadhyayana itself. Further what? Nacha evam Vedanta Shravanadeva Brahmatma Jnanasya Jatatvat brahma-mImAmsa vyartha iti vachyam. Okay, so now what the Purva Pakshi is saying, now if this is the case, why should anybody even study this Vedanta, etc.? Sorry, the brahma-mImAmsa, etc. One need not do, because you are saying Vedanta Shravanam, some amount will happen during Veda Dhyanam only. From there only, if you say that you can get all this Nitya, Nitya Vastu Viveka, Vairagya, and even Brahmatma Jnanam, why should anybody even study Brahma Sutra, Sutra Mimamsa? It is all useless. You cannot say that. Why? In fact, na vachyam he is saying, but the answer he is giving is Satyam. Kushagra buddhehe tathaiva. So initially he says, what you say is true, because for the one who has sharp intellect, correct? Kushagra, like even the blade of a grass, once whose intellect, buddhi is sharp, means Uttama Adhikari. For that person, there is no need of any Uttara Mimamsa. Okay, we agree. For some people, it is not required. But even then, you cannot say it. Why? Because for others, it is required. So, Atayeva brahma-mImAmsa-shastrasya karanat kale janakadaya vedanta shravanadeva muktin gataha. So, we say that, yeah, because this Uttara-mImAmsa Shastra itself is there only in the Kali Yuga, correct? Or at the end of the Dwapara Yuga only, it was authored by Vyasa. So it is not Shruti. It is only Smriti, correct? All the Brahma Sutra, etc., are part of only Smriti. It was authored by Vyasa, and there was a time, in fact, for the three yugas, there was no Uttara-mImAmsa Shastra, only Veda, Shruti alone was there. And whoever was there before in the previous yugas, you cannot say that there were no jnanis. There were jnanis. In fact, Veda itself talks about Janaka, Vamadeva, these people, Narada, etc. Therefore, they all gained mukti by just doing Vedanta Shravana. So, whatever you say is not a problem really. Okay. Now, further what? Nahi Purva-yugeshu Brahma-mImamsa, Karma-mImamsa va vartate. Okay. So in the Purva Yuga, there was no even Jaiminiya. Karma-mImamsa also was not there. Both Brahma-mImamsa and Karma-mImamsa Shastra were only authored at the end of Dwapara Yuga, and they are there mainly only in the Kali Yuga. So in the Purva Yugas, they were not there. And Vyasena Jaiminina cha Dwaparante Tayoho Kritatva. So they were created at the end of the Dwapara Yuga by Vyasa and Jaimini. Ye tu na ati sukshma buddhayah tesham brahma mimamsam vina Vedanta Shravana Matrena na Brahmatma Sakshatkaraha Sambhavati. So having accepted that, then why should this brahma-mImamsa Shastra be there? Who should study it? For whom it is useful? Means those who are not Uttama Adhikari, you can say Manda Madhyama Adhikarinam, those who do not have Ati Sukshma Buddhi, they don't have that sharp mind and intellect. For them, only by Vedanta Shravanam alone, one may not be freed from all the doubts, etc. There can be Pramana Asambhavana, Prameya Asambhavana, we say. Both are possible. Correct. They may not have clarity what Veda itself is saying really about oneself, because so many other people are coming and confusing you anyway. Or even if they have clarity with reference to what the Pramana is revealing, Prameya Asambhavana means what? Whatever it is revealing, how can it be true? So both these problems are there. Pramana Asambhavana, Prameya Asambhavana, we say. First, you don't know what the Veda itself is revealing properly. What is the Tatparya of the Veda? Only confusion. Even after deciding that whatever it reveals, I am not able to accept. So, how do we overcome all these things? For that only, we have all this Mimamsa Shastra. We analyze and decide this is how it is and gain certain clarity. So, that is why it is required. So, for the people who do not have Ati Sukshma Buddhi, this Brahmatma Sakshatkara does not happen with Shravana Manana only. So one has to do this as part of Manana, one has to study the Mimamsa Shastra. Vedanta Shravanam alone does not give them moksha. So ete hi Vedantam Shrutva Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekam Prapyapi Patham Samsari Atmanaha Asamsari Brahma Abhedaha कथं वा प्रत्यक्षादि प्रमाण सिद्धस्य प्रपंचस्य असत्यत्वं कथं वा काल आकाशादेः अनित्यत्वं कथं नाम दुःखम् अनुभवतः आत्मनः सुखरूपत्वम् इत्यादि शंखाग्रस्त चेतः चेतस्कतया ब्रह्मात्म साक्षात्कारं लभमानाः तं विना मोक्ष सिद्धिं निश्चितवन्तः एव इति तदर्थं ब्रह्म-मीमांसायां प्रवर्तन्ते. Okay. See normal people what they can also do Vedanta Shravana. So Vedantam Shrutva, having heard Vedanta what? And already they have certain, why did they even come to the Vedanta? Because they had some Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, Vairagya, etc. is there. But even after listening to the Vedanta, what are all the questions? Katham samsari atmanaha samsari brahma abhedaha. So how can this samsari atma be identical to this Brahman? There is no Veda, you are saying. There is no difference between samsari atma and samsari Brahma, which is Jagat Karanam Brahma also. Okay. Similarly, what other questions can be there? Katham va pratyakshadi pramana siddhasya prapanchasya asatyatvam. So how can you say that whatever I am seeing here, it is all mithya. It's not satyam, it is anritam. So how can I understand that? It's too much. Okay, otherwise what? Katham va kala akasha adehe anityatam. How can you say that space and time are anitya? In fact, for a long time, when science was thinking that space time is absolute, correct? How can you say space time is not eternal, absolute? Kathan nama dukkham anubhavataha atmanaha sukha swarupatvam. I am, I know my suffering. How can you say that my swarupa is ananda swarupa? In fact, we use the same hetu, correct? You know you are suffering, therefore you are not the sufferer. That is Vedanta. Anyway, so to get that is not very easy. So how can I be the Ananda Swarupa, Sukha Swarupa? So ityadi Shankagrasta Chetaskataya. So the one who has a mind which has been overcome by all these doubts. Doubts have clouded your mind. And therefore what? Brahmatkara Sakshatkaram Alabha Manaha. These people do not have Brahmatma Sakshatkara. They don't have clear knowledge. They are not able to own up to this knowledge. Even though they know that Shruti is revealing this, they are not able to own it up to that. Okay. Alabha Manaha Tam Vina Moksha Siddhim Nishtitavantaha. So again, without clarifying all these doubts, you cannot have moksha. So they have decided, therefore, what? They have to study or they have to analyze further. They have to do more vichara. Correct? How do I do more vichara? For that only the Nyaya Prasthana is there. Brahma Sutra, brahma-mImAmsA. So, Nishtitavantaha eva iti tadartham brahma-mImAmsāyam pravartante. So, for that purpose, again, they continue their study. They do Uttara-mīmāmsa. So when you study Uttara-mīmāmsa, what? Tataha sarva samshaya viparya nashe satyatma sakshatkaram prapya kritakritya muchyante. So once you do the Uttara-mīmāmsa also, the samshaya and viparya, correct? So wrong knowledge, doubtful knowledge, all these things, vagueness, everything has to go away. All these things are destroyed, and then you have the clarity, the clear knowledge that Atma is Satya, Satyatma Sakshatkara. You are able to own up to the vision of the Shruti. Having gained that what? Krita Krityaha. Means you have accomplished whatever is to be accomplished, you have accomplished. And you are free. Krita Krityaha. Being Krita Krityaha, Muchyante, you are liberated, you are free. Ye punaha Brahma Mimamsam Adhityapi Manda Buddhayaha Atma Sakshatkaram na uh, prap, prapnuhu. Okay. Okay. Prapaha, I think is some na prapuhu te yoga margam anutishtheyuhu. Okay. So those who have done all this Brahma-mīmāmsa also, again there may be requirement for nididhyasana, correct? Like I said, even though you have clear knowledge, the prarabdha anuvartanam is there. Prarabdha continues. It is baliyaha. Bhagavan Bhashyakara himself agrees to that prarabdha is strong. Habitual tendencies are very strong. So one has to overcome that. Means so yoga margam anutishtheyuhu. So they can go into yoga marga because the yoga sadhana is useful to gain samadhi shatka sampittihi, and later on it is useful to gain jnana nishtha also. So yoga sadhana one can take up sankyam yogascha itihi muktehe margadvayam. So this again he is referring to both. There are sankhya jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam, like this Bhagavan has given two margas. Lokes means vividha nishtha pura prokta mayanaga, like that Bhagavan has given clearly in the Gita third chapter. There is a sankhya and yoga marga are there. So one can take up these two. In the yoga marga, Bhagavan Bhashyakara also says that samadhi yoga also is included in karma yoga. Therefore what? Okay. Tat karanam sankhya yoga abhipannam iti shrutehe. So there is a shruti also is there, that sankhya and yoga is there for the reason, for the purpose of moksha only. There is a shruti. So tatra sankhyanam atma anatma vicharaha yaha iha brahma-mīmāmsāyam kritaha. So what is the atma anatma vichara that has been done by the Sankhya means the sannyasis. The sannyasi lifestyle only is called Sankhya lifestyle here. So the Atma Anatma Vichara, they also do in the, when we do the Brahma-mImAmsa. And Yogaha Ishvara Pranidhanam Yaha Patanjalina Atha Yoganushasanam Ityarabhya Krite Yoga Shastre Vidyate. Again, yoga is what? See, Karma Yoga means accepting Ishvara as the Karma Baladata. Right? Ishvara Pranidhana is integral to Karma Yoga. There is no Karma Yoga without understanding Ishvara and Prasada Buddhi being there. So even Patanjali also has said that, like Ishvara Pranidhana is an important thing in the Asanga. So even when he starts the Atha Yoga Anushasana like that, the Yoga Shastra, even in that, Patanjali also has accepted Ishvara Pranidhana, which is important for being a Karma Yogi. So both he is talking about. The sannyasis already have a certain maturity, so they are only be engaging in Atma Anatma Vichara. But yogi means they are involved in other activities also. But yoga buddhya, they are also mukshus, jijnasus only. But their lifestyle is different because they need certain maturity. They need chitta shuddhi, chitta naischalyam. For all these things, yoga sadhana is prescribed. So anadi kalad arabhya atma samavetataya अनुभूयमानस्य सुख दुःख भोगात्मकस्य जन्म जरा मरणादि रूपस्य च संसारस्य नहि तत्त्वमसि इति उपदेशमात्रात् निवृत्तिः येन ब्रह्ममीमांसा योगानुशासनं वा वृताः स्यात् तस्मात् नित्य सत्य सुखरूपः ब्रह्मात्मा अनित्य असत्य असुखरूपः प्रपञ्चः इति विद्या नित्यवस्तु विवेके सत्येव सर्वं कर्म सन्न्यस्य तादृश आत्मसाक्षात्काराय ब्रह्ममीमांसायां प्रवर्तते इति न मीमांसायाः पश्चाद्भावित्वं नित्यानित्य विवेकादीनां किन्तु पूर्वभावित्वम् एव. Okay, so now finally he is summarizing the whole thing. What he is saying? Anadi kalad arabhya. So from the beginningless time, it is started. What? Atma samavetataya means you are inhaling only in a body mind sense complex, correct? So there is Atma samavetata is there, and then then because of that, what you are enjoying or you are experiencing anubhuya manasya sukha dukkha bhoga atmakasya, the one who is enjoying sukha dukkha etc. and different bhogas. Through the bhoga ayatana, you are enjoying all these bhoga, and also you have to undergo janma, jara, marana etc. So you become old, you have to die. And this samsara, one who is going through samsarasya without tattvamasi iti upadesha matrat. Okay, just by having the tattvamasi upadesha in the Veda, that person cannot have moksha, or the samsara will not go away. Samsarasya nivrittihi na. Therefore, what? By that person, brahma-mImAmsa and yoga also, yoga sadhanam, both brahma-mImAmsa, yoga anushasanam va वृथा स्यात् तस्मात् नित्य सत्य सुख रूपः ब्रह्मात्मा. So this, for this person, this Brahma Mimamsa or yoga sadhana is not useless. It is very useful. By doing that only, by Brahma Mimamsa and yoga sadhana only, you know that Nitya Satya Sukha Rupaha Brahma, which is Atma, and then this entire world is Anitya, Asatya, Sukha Rupa. Like this, you gain this Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka being there. Okay, Sarvam Karma Sanyasya. So you give up all karma means at least you have to give up the karma phala. Either you give up all karma and become a sannyasi, sanyasya shravanam kuryat, like that it is there. Okay. So that is the even 100 years back, maybe that was that way everybody went to Kashi and all that, or even in the marriage we have Kashi Yatra and all that. But anyway, so this one who has the Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, he gives up all karma and then takes up this brahma-mImAmsa. So that's what he is pointing out here. Tadrisha Atma Sakshatkara, for the purpose of gaining this Brahmatma Sakshatkara, one pursues this brahma-mImAmsa, brahma-mImAmsayam pravartate iti, na brahma-mImAmsaya paschat bhavitvam. So brahma-mImAmsa cannot happen later. Okay. First one should have this Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, Vairagya, Mumukshutvam, all these things. Having that only one pursues brahma-mImAmsa. Therefore, it cannot, these things cannot come after brahma-mImAmsa. The Nitya Nitya Vivekadinam Paschat Bhavityam cannot be there. In fact, they have to be before only. Kintu Puro Bhavitvam eva, they have to be before. So this is established here. In fact, in the Shruta Prakashika, Sudarshana is saying exactly the opposite. So, Yeduktam Shruta Prakashikayam Tasmad Evam Vid Shantaha Dantaha iti Shruta Evam Vid iti Shravanat Adhita Itara Mimamsasya eva Samadhi Siddhihi iti. Okay, in Shruta Prakashika, Sudarshana said what? He says there is Evam Vid is there. In the Brihadaranyaka, in the Vakya, that Shanto, Danto, Uparato and all is there, correct? So in that Evam with, like that, the one who knows in this manner, then gains all this, becomes Shantaha, Dantaha, Uparataha, etc. And then he gains Atma Jnanam, like that, that quotation is there. In that Evam with, Sudarshana is interpreting as the one who has done Purva-mImAmsa Adhyayana, okay? So, that's what he is saying, Itara Mimamsa, correct? So, this Evam with means the whatever Shruti itself is referring to only the Itara Mimamsa means one who has done Adhyayana of the other Mimamsa, which is Purva Mimamsa. One who has done Purva Mimamsa Adhyayanam only will get Shamadamadi. Like this, they have said. For him alone, Shamadamadi Siddhi can be there. That is not proper. Tadayuktam. Why? Shrutehe Uttara Mimamsayaha Purvameva Sadbhavat. How can Shruti be referring to this Uttara Mimamsa? That's why Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva and all come, even in the Bhagavad Gita it comes. Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva. Even there Bhashyakara cannot take it as Brahma Sutra of Vyasa. So he says that there are sutras even within the Vedanta itself, correct? We call it Vidya Sutram, Avidya Sutram and all that. So Atma Ityeva Upasita, that is called Vidya Sutra. So like that, even within the Shruti, there are some Sutrita Vakyas are there. And of course, later on, it explains that also. So like that, that is what is taken as Brahma Sutra. In the Bhagavad Gita, the word Brahma Sutra comes. So what is the meaning of that also? We have to give properly. Anyway, here he says, how can the Shruti be referring to Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, etc.? Because Shruti is already there. Purvameva Sadbhavat, it is there even before any of the Shastras were authored. So he explains that Nacha Kali Yugadau Janishyate Shastrabhihi Abhipretya, I think it is Shastram, okay. Shastram iti Abhipretya, that it has gone up and it is confusing. Okay. Nacha Kali Yugadau Janishyate Shastram iti Abhipretya Shruti Shastra Janyam Jnanam Evam Vich Shabdena Anuvadati Sma iti Vachyam. So, see, Shruti can even talk about something which can come, which is going to come in Kali Yuga. Like this, they make an argument. Okay. So, this Veda is whatever. It is from Sarvajnaha, it is coming from, it is revealed Shastra for us. So, why cannot it talk about something which is going to come later? Like this, one argument, if you if you keep, that's what they are saying now. Okay. So this jnanam, Shruti Shastra Janyam, this Kali, it is going to come later only. Keeping that in mind only, evam with like this, why can't the Shruti say? Means, but then if you say like that, what about all the people who lived before Kali Yuga? Were they Shantaha, Dantaha, Uparataha or not? Did they have access to all this Mimamsa Shastra? They didn't have, correct? How can then Shruti say that? You cannot take that meaning, correct? So he is saying, Kritadi Yugantariya Purusha Vishayatva Abhava Prasangad Etat Shrutehe. If the Shruti says that you have to study or you have to be a knower of Mimamsa Shastra to become Shantaha, Dantaha, etc. What about all the people who lived from Krita Yuga onwards? Correct? There were three yugas before Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga. Krita Yuga, Kritadi Yugantariya Purushaha. Those who lived in the other three yugas, they will not have access to this Shastra. Then what about them? Can they become Mukta Purushas or not? Or can they become all the Shamadamadi? Will they have or not? So there will be a prasanga, so there will be a possibility that they cannot have it then. Okay. So how can you say this? So further what kincha Kaliyuge Shastra Janya Jnanavantaha Samadhi Sampannaha Bhutva Atman Atmani Atmanam Pashyeyuhu इत्यर्थस्य सिद्धत्वेन कथं तदानीं तेषां समाधि संपत्तिः आत्मसाक्षात्कारः वा अज्ञानाम्. Okay, see how can only in Kali Yuga by the Shastra Janya Jnanam. Here Shastra is he is talk about the Mimamsa Shastra. If the Shruti really says that, then only in the Kali Yuga by the Mimamsa Shastra Janya Jnanam somebody can have Samadhi Shatka Sampattihi. They will become the ones with Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, and having that only Sampannaha Bhutva, being people who have the Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, they can see Atmani Atmanam Pashyayuhu, like that only it is there, correct? Bhutva Atmani Atmanam Pashyayuhu and all, the Brihadaranyaka talks about one becoming a Atmajnani by gaining all these qualifications basically. So if you give an Artha like that, then what about all the people who were there before? So Tadanim Tesham Samadhi Shatpaktihi Atma Sakshatkaraha va Ajnanam, those who were there in the previous yugas who did not know this Mimamsa Shastra, will they get moksha or not? Because being Shantaha, Dantaha only, one sees this Atma like this, the Upanishad is saying. What about all the people before in the previous yugas? So it doesn't make any sense. Tasmat Sarva Yuga Sadharana Shruti Gata Evam with Shabdasya Vedanta Shravana Janya Jnanavan Ityeva Arthaha. So what we have to take the evam with, what meaning we can give? Evam with means before that evam with, so many things have been said in the Brihadaranyaka itself, correct? So those who have knowledge of all these things, those who have done Vedanta Shravanam, and because of that again the Vedanta itself helps you to gain certain mental disposition, that all the values, whatever is required for gaining this knowledge and owning it up, assimilating the knowledge, the Vedanta Shravana itself helps you in that. Therefore, that evam with should be given the meaning that one who has done Vedanta Shravana and has some knowledge about whatever the Vedanta is saying. Right? And you have to give the meaning for evam with in a not based on some time and all that. Correct? Sarva Yuga Sadharana Shruti Gata evam with Shabdasya you have to give. See means it has to be common for all the yugas. That's how you have to give the meaning for this evam with Shabda. You cannot give a meaning that only those who have done Adhyayana of Purva Mimamsa or the Mimamsa Shastra only will get all this. Samadhi-shatka-sampatteh, a meaning like that cannot be really given. Therefore, what finally he finishes? Ataha samadhinam sadhananam na uttara-mīmāmsa-adhyayanānantaryam sambhavati. Therefore, we conclude that all this samadhi-shatka-sampatteh, or even the other, the sadhana-chatushtaya itself, they all should be there before, ideally, or at least you have to gain them while doing the Shastra Adhyayana. It cannot come after. Okay, it's not a result of doing Mimamsa Adhyayana. They have to be there. Then only, in fact, you will have interest to really do the Mimamsa Adhyayana itself. And during that, they can become strengthened and all that, which is fine. Therefore, whatever is said in the Shruta Prakashika and by Ramanuja are not correct. These sadhanas have to be there before only. Prak-KAleenatvam has been established. Okay, now we go into the next topic, which is Atmanaha Sukha Rupatva Nirupanam. So this we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.